Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing? I'm here today to do a review from Netflix of something that just premiered last night. And I found out about last night, I don't know, around 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm not sure the exact time. And I was really excited about it because I guess they brought back Glow. And what Glow was an offspring of the whole rock and wrestling thing that Vince McMahon started when he took over for his dad back in the 80s. And this is set in the 80s. And what Glow was, it stands for Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. And I remember we used to watch it, my dad and I. It wasn't on like our regular cable. It ran from 86 to 89. And then I went in the Army in 87, so I didn't see all of the episodes. And we found it on, we didn't have cable, we had the rabbit ears. And we found it on UHF channel. I can't remember what channel it was. It was on Saturdays. And then sometimes Sundays. And what it was like a variety show. That women would be wrestling. They'd do comedy skits. They'd rap and stuff. And it was really a very entertaining show. It had a laugh track for the comedy bits. And then it was weird because I think they were the first one to really mention sports entertainment far before Vince McMahon did. And they'd have scenes where like some of the wrestling matches, when they do like a jump off the ring, it'd be in slow motion. And it's like, well, this sure as heck can't be real. I mean, for all the people that, I mean, there was a big thing of people, wrestling fans saying it's real, and then people saying it's fake, or they never get hurt. We all know now that it's sports entertainment, but it was a very entertaining show. And then I remember one of the female wrestlers actually went to WWE, Ivory. And I always had a thing for Ivory. I always did. And I remember I found about that a little bit later on when I got out of the Army. When she was in there, she used to be on Glow. But I mean, after I got in the Army, the only time I really saw Glow was I saw they had them on an episode of Married with Children. I remember Al Bundy got beat up by I think it was Queen Kong and Mount Fiji that were fighting each other. I think Al Bundy got beat up by Mount Fiji, I think. And and all these ladies were like stereotypes and stuff like that, and they played off different body types, and it was like it was a PG-rated, family-friendly show. Some of the wrestling moves were suggestive, but I mean that's about as far as it went, which is different from the FX, the new show on Netflix. And what else happened? And then there was when Fort Bragg, that's when they had that Married with Children one. And then when I was there, I rented a tape that had like Netflix, Glow from, I think it was from Vegas. First time I ever heard them say the F word. And that was a little bit of a raunchier show. I think that was a little more uncut. That might have been close to being R-rated, but not super raunchy. And that was very good, an hour and a half. And I remember in Germany they had like this one thing for video treasures, a 60-minute Glow video cassette, which I never bought, and then I bought it back in '93. I found it again, and it was like just an hour of wrestling and stuff. Them wrestling, it was very entertaining. And then I saw Queen Kong, who actually has been in some movies before, including Deathstalker 2. And she was also known as Queen Adrena, but that was something different, completely different. And then I saw. And that was pretty much about Glow. I haven't really seen them much, except for Ivory, when she was on WWE. And then whenever WWE went to, was still on Spike, she was on like was it before they went to Spike? Or because they have a Saturday morning show where her and this one guy were interviewing people, and they did like, it was like a recap show. It might have been when they were still on Spike on Saturday, and then when they went back to USA, that was it for, you didn't see Ivory anymore. I know Jim Ross said that she's the one woman you never want to be in a car ride with or something like that. I wouldn't mind being in a car ride with her. And she was always saying that she's single all the time, and I definitely would marry her, but that's just me. Well, anyways, I'm digressing. I'm rambling. Why am I rambling? And then the last time I saw anything about Glow was on Netflix. Back in 2015, they had a documentary about that. I think I did a review on that. So anyways, last night, to my surprise and amazement and very much happiness, I found that they brought it back. And I was so excited to see it, but is it like Glow? The original Glow? No. It's based on the show Glow. But what it is, hold on. Sorry. Basically what it is it's a TV show based on like the creation of the wrestling show, but not in like but all scripted. I don't think it has anything to do with the old show except just to borrow some ideas. And it stars Alison Brie, and there's also, this is more for adults. There's nudity in it, which is good but not exploitative. And I've seen the first 4 episodes. In the 4th episode, I think the British girl, she's topless, which is pretty awesome. And there is some nudity, but it's not like exploiting. And it's a comedy show. Mark Maron's in it, who's very good, and he's the guy, the director, who's training them. And basically started Alison Brie. She's an actress. She couldn't get any work, right? And there's 10 like half-hour long episodes. She can't get any work, and then her one friend says, well, there's one place that's hiring. Or running auditions, I should say. And you go in and there's a bunch of bleachers, and there's a ring in the middle of this like warehouse type thing. Mark Maron's there, and he's very ignorant. And he says, now what happened is, this is a wrestling show, and it's called Glow. And the girl's like, what's Glow? Gorgeous ladies are wrestling. And you're going to be asked to wrestle in this. It's going to be like a scripted show. You're going to learn to wrestle in a short amount of time, and then there's a show going to cable. Some people left, some people stayed, and he did not like the lead character, Alison Brie, at all. And there's other people in there. There's a trainer and stuff, and they're going back and forth. There's lots of character development. I'll say the one thing, that some of the women in the thing look like some of the women who would have been in Glow, especially that one girl that named Sheila. She reminds me a lot of Dementia from Glow. And basically, there's a lot of character development, a lot of story development, in a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, it's nothing like the old 80s show Glow, but it's very good in a lot of ways. But like I said, a lot of character development. You end up caring for these characters. The show is still interesting, but it's getting better and better. I mean, with the 4th episode now. I do like the show, and there was a couple scenes from wrestlers in there. And also, I saw that Chavo Guerrero Jr. Helped train the girls for about a month. Was a wrestling trainer. And there was a couple in, like, I think in the 3rd or 4th episode that you saw a couple scenes of this one girl was a part of a wrestling family. And she was the reason that they stayed on there. And then I guess her dad didn't want her to be a wrestler. And then him and his 2 sons came in there. 2 sons was Brodus Clay and Carlito. Now, those are 2 famous WWE wrestlers you don't see anymore. And I think the show's really good. There's character development. You care about the characters. I saw a review from Deadline Hollywood a week ago saying, like, this is the new breakout hit from Netflix. It's going to be just as big as Stranger Things. No way in hell. Stranger Things was awesome. This show is good. It's good. It's not great. I think a lot of people like it. Now, I saw interviews with Mark Maron in there, and they knew nothing of the show Glow. A lot of the producers base the ideas off the show Glow. I don't know if... I'm curious to see what the female wrestlers who were on Glow think of this show. Because it's different, because a lot of them were complaining about the remakes, saying that back then, like shows in the 80s, like, say, Chips or Duke's Ads and stuff like that, saying they didn't like the way they made it dirty or filthy or something like that. They may feel the same way about this. I don't know. But I think it's good. It's not... To me, it's not true Glow from the 80s. I give this 8 out of 10. Will I finish watching the episode? Probably. I think it'll be a hit for Netflix, but I don't think it's anywhere near as good as Stranger Things. I mean, you know, you gotta be realistic. But I do like the show. And like I said, it's completely different from the 80s show. I mean, because a lot of people who are fans of the 80s remember Glow pretty fondly, and probably, watch that because they're fans. And then they'll probably be kind of disappointed, but still interested enough to watch. And then they'll eventually get into it, because I do like character development, but it's completely different. And it shows like, the guy had like a real complicated storyline. This producer came in and said the story's too complicated. Just make them their characters different. And they were doing like stereotypes and stuff like that, like they did on Glow. Because Glow was kind of like stereotypes, because whatever the viewer saw in their mind, that's the character they would portray. I like the show. I give it like an 8 out of 10. I was hoping that would fill the void that WWE left, because I don't watch WWE anymore. I'd lost interest in it. It sucks. It used to be really good. They need to get better. I thought it would fill the void. It really doesn't. It's better than Queens of the Ring, which was terrible. But I think a lot of people, it'll have a lot of, I think a lot of people like it. It got 96 on Rotten Tomatoes with 93 people wanting to see it. But like I said, I give it 8 out of 10 for Glow, the new show that just premiered on Netflix yesterday. I hope you like this review. And until next time, bye please. Take care, my legion.